You see this book? This is the book that you need to transform your mindset, whatever stage you are with your finances. If you are in debt, you don't even know how you're going to get out of the debt that you have. This book is going to meet you right where you are. If you're someone who has 0 naira in your account, this book is going to meet you right there. If you're someone who already has money, but you're looking for a way to manage it, this is the book that you need. Financial freedom is a journey, but on this journey, you need some secrets that will take you to where you need to be. And this book, The Richest Man in Babylon, written about 100 years ago, still holds the secret to becoming wealthy even in today's day and age. And I'm going to be sharing with you in this video some of the lessons that I have learned from this book. Imagine someone who was sold into slavery because of the debt incurred by his uncle. How cruel can that be? But guess what? He never had a slave mentality. There was actually no hope of him gaining his freedom. And with sheer grit, determination, and discipline, he was able to buy his freedom. And not just that, he became one of the wealthiest men in Babylon. Hello besties, you're welcome to the channel. How you all doing? And if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, you're most welcome. I am Philomena, your personal finance bestie, helping you to build wealth one smart money move at a time. And this is the Feel First community. On this channel, we talk about investment ideas, business ideas, growth tips, passive income ideas. If this resonates with you, if this is the kind of a thing you love, hit on that subscribe button, like this video, and please share this video with someone. If you have read this book, you definitely know that it was written with the old English, and so it sounds like you're reading a Bible. I drew several lessons from this book, and I'm going to be sharing some of them with you in this video. So when you see me looking down, just know that I'm looking at my notes. I want to get everyone across to you. The first and the recurrent ones throughout this book is the one that said, start thy purse to fattening, which means save at least 10% of all you earn before spending a dime. And a lot of people are going to say, but it's just 10%. It's not so much now. I beg, let me spend it. It is a rule. You can save more, but at least save 10% of all you earn. Most people, they spend first before they save. The excuse is what I earn is not enough. So I have to spend first before I save. But that is one way to work like an elephant and eat like an ant. And if you don't want that cycle to be repeated over and again, then you want to follow this rule. Save at least 10%. If you're earning 100,000 naira, save 10,000 naira every time you receive that money. Hey, you can live on the 90%. Yes, you can live on the 90%. Save just that 10%. But if you can do more, beautiful, save more. But if you are the one that want to make excuses and say, oh, I don't earn enough, then save at least 10% of all that you earn. In the book, there's a testimony of somebody who was owing, but guess what? The rule says even when you are in debt, you have to pay little by little. Do not compromise that 10% that you're going to save. Even with all the debts that you have on your head, do not compromise on the 10%. So when you get the 100%, keep 10% out for savings. You can do more, but make sure the least you are doing is 10%. The second lesson is control that expenditure. Don't spend on things you do not need. And a lot of us fall into this category because we are what? Impulse buyers. When we see something, oh my goodness, especially ladies, we are very emotional when we're buying things. Sometimes ladies buy things that they don't need because it appeals to them at that point in time. They may get home and feel like, I didn't really need this thing. That piece of clothing can be in their wardrobe for months. That shoe, they may not even get to wear it in a year. But guess what? They bought it because at that point in time, it appealed to their emotions. So if you're somebody who just spends before you make your budget, this book is telling you to retrace your steps, okay? You want to make sure you are buying what is essential if you want to build wealth. You want to buy what is essential. Don't spend before you budget. Budget before you spend. And lifestyle inflation is real for a lot of people. Let's say you make your first 1 million naira, and then the next thing is that you want to change your wardrobe, you want to upgrade your wigs, you want to change your bags. You suddenly have a lot of things that you want to buy. Control your expenditure, because without discipline in this aspect, no matter how much you earn, your expenses will always grow to equal your income. So you are earning 300k right now, and you feel like if you're earning 1 million or above, you'll be able to meet your demands and still have a lot to save. Do you know that when you start earning 1 million naira, your expenses are going to grow to equal 1 million naira? That's how it works. You may think it is a lie, but that is actually how it happens in real life. That is why a lot of people have so much tales to tell you about how much they made in so and so, but they have nothing to actually show for it right now, because what? Immediately they started earning that much, instead of managing and multiplying that money, their expenses actually upgraded to what they now earn. So if you are disciplined with the 100,000 naira that you're earning right now, trust me, you're going to apply that same discipline when you start earning your 1 million naira, your 5 million naira. That is just how it works. The third rule says, make thy gold multiply. Invest what you save so your money can start working for you. If you're saving without a purpose, it can turn to an emergency money. And that is so true. Invest what you save. You know how you can be saving money, and then one day an emergency comes, and then that money that you have been saving, you just use all of it for it, and then what was the point? I know that it came to the rescue at that point, right? But that is not actually how to become wealthy. When you are saving, you need to have your investment savings and your emergency savings. So what you are saving for emergency should remain as emergency savings, and then the other part of your savings should be for investment. What this means is that the money that you're saving is to go on an errand for you, is to go and bring for children for you, right? And this you can achieve by investing in treasury bills, in bonds, in mutual funds, or even starting some businesses, right, with that money, viable businesses that will bring in more money. The typical Igbo businessman knows this secret. When an Igbo person gets settled by their master, the first thing they do is not to inflate their lifestyle. You still see them wearing that one nika, that one shirt, but guess what? They are building their investment, they are multiplying their money, they are opening different branches, and then with time it looks like they did money rituals, because all of a sudden they are not living large, they are not living flamboyant, and you are not asking yourself, how come this man now has so much money? It is simply because they understand the need to have delayed gratification. A lot of people just want to gratify their immediate needs without looking into the future and seeing how that money that they are making at that time can multiply, have more businesses for them, have more investments for them, so that they can be living off their investments, not their business money. There are people who are living off their business money, and that is a bad way to actually run your business. You want to be living off the profit of your investment. The fourth lesson that I want to share with you is guide that treasures from loss. Don't fall for get rich quick schemes. Any investment that promises to double your money overnight is definitely a scam, and you know this, because tell me how you're going to double my money overnight without actually doing the work. If it sounds too good to be true, you should know that it is scam. And putting your money in such a venture is as if you don't love yourself enough, because you can imagine the hard work that you put in to have that money. The sleepless night that you had to go through to make that money. And then you just end up putting it in an investment that promises you double, and you're so excited about it. You go and put your money, and then you lose both your capital, you lose your interest. So be cautious with your gold. Before you put your money into any investment, make sure you know what it is like. Make sure you read the terms and conditions, you read the fine lines, and know how this money is going to come. The fifth lesson that I want to share with you from this book is make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. Don't spend your whole life paying rent. Plan to own something one day. I saw one video on the internet that said it is better to stay in a hotel than to actually pay rent or even have your own house. I went to the comment section, and sadly there were people who were actually buying into that idea that it is better for a man to live in a hotel than actually own a property of his own, a house of his own. It shows you that there is a large gap in knowledge, and people are not even shy about opening their mouths to say these things. Having your own house is not luxury. Having your own house is a necessity. And if there is anything as a young person, it is for you to work towards it. A time will come when you become old and gray. You don't want to be living in a rented apartment. You want to have your own home. You want to have some form of stability. No matter how small that house is, it is your own. It is not at 65 that you will be paying rent. No matter how small the house is, you should call it your own and your home. So if as a young person, the days that you are meant to plan for having your own house, you're spending that money in hotels, you're spending it in frivolous activities and spending it in a hotel. That hotel that you're even talking about is somebody's investment, and they are going to be living off that investment for a very long time. And you actually think it is a good idea to live the rest of your life in a hotel. It baffles me, but this is to let everyone watching this video know that it is actually a great idea that as a young person, you should start thinking of owning your own property, owning your own home. And what better time to start if not now? Now, the sixth lesson that I want to share with you from this book is ensure a future income. Plan for retirement and the unexpected. I mentioned earlier that you should have an emergency wallet. Yes, while you have a savings wallet that you use in investing into other businesses, treasury bills, and the rest, you should have an emergency wallet. An emergency wallet should consist of like 3 to 6 months of your expenses. That should be like an ideal emergency wallet for you. 3 to 6 months of your expenses in an account that you can actually reach to when you have a need that needs urgent attention. Also, you should be planning for your retirement. It is actually good for a young person to bear their burden in a young age, because when you are young, you are vibrant, you have the energy to work and to put things in place. As you grow older, the bones become weaker. Every one of us is praying for long life, but there are a lot of things that as an older person you cannot do because of old age. But now that you are young, now that you're vibrant, it's when you can start making plans for retirement. You can start investing for that. You can start saving towards that. This is the time. So the rule says make plans for your old age and make plans for your retirement. Now, my seventh lesson from this book is increase the ability to earn. The truth is the world is ever evolving and you need to evolve with it. Change is the only constant thing. No matter the business you're doing, the industry you are in, things are constantly changing, things are constantly evolving, and it is a wise thing for you to evolve with it. It is a wise thing for you to upgrade your skills. Don't just rely on what you knew 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Things are constantly being improved on. This is the AI age now. You can use AI to your advantage. You can use technology to your advantage. Right from the comfort of your home, you can learn a lot of skills. You can upgrade your skills. And if you have the time for physical classes, please by all means attend. Constantly invest in yourself because you are the principal. Yes, any other thing is secondary. You are the principal investment. So you want to constantly upgrade your skills. You want to constantly sharpen your skills just to be at par with whatever is happening right now in the world, so you are not left behind. The truth is the lessons from this book, they are endless. You need to read it for yourself and get all of the tea from this book. But I highly recommend this book, especially if you're starting your journey to financial freedom. Then you want to start with this book. It is very, very educative, entertaining. Yes, you're going to laugh at some point, and very enlightening. It's going to open your mind actually. Yeah, invest in books. Books helps to sharpen your brain, sharpen your mind, and it will shift your mindset in a lot of things. Thank you so much for your time here on the channel. I hope you learned one or two from this video, and if you did, please do us the favor of liking this video, subscribe to the channel as well, and share this video with someone. Thank you so much for your time here, and see you in my next one.